So it would seem we finally got that spinoff they've been talking about forever about How I Met Your Mother. It's coming out. It's actually out now. They're about 6 or 7 episodes in. And seriously, I remember hearing about a supposed spinoff for what seems like forever. But we got it nonetheless.
Finally.
How I Met Your Father
Finally.
premiered. If you're new, make sure you sub up to the channel and like the video if you like the video, and comment. Do all that good stuff. It really helps with YouTube pushing the videos to their fullest potential, and I appreciate you. But if my video for some reason is the first initial introduction to How I Met Your Father, don't worry, I'll tell you all about it. I'm your guy. I can guide you through this show. At least the little bit of it that has come out already. So let me do this for you. You're watching the video, I can do this for you.
My God, can you let me do what I need to do?
Sophie, played by Hilary Duff, and her group of friends in New York City's Manhattan district, tells a story of, the whole framing device of the How I Met Your Mother did, and we have Justin Russo from Wizards of Waverly Place, and whoever this girl is sitting on the couch listening to Bob Saget speak.
Excuse me, sorry, I don't mean to break your flow here or anything, but can I just ask you one little question?
Sure.
What the is wrong with you?
Now we have Kim Cattrall in the year 2050 talking to her unseen son of the events that followed meeting his father in January 22. Before I watched this show, I thought I was going to completely hate two things. And honestly, that's me being very modest. Thought I was going to hate a lot of things, but two things specifically. One being the show's premise. I just thought everything would feel so similar to How I Met Your Mother. And I hate that so much that it would honestly just leave me cringing in my room, scared to look at the TV.
Did you guys hear that? I'm scared. I don't know what was that, guys, and I didn't do that. I'm scared.
The other thing would be the cast choices. I just thought they would fill out the cast with a group of people that just would suck. I really can't put it any other way. Sorry for me being blunt. It happens sometimes. Bear with me. I hope they didn't fill out the cast with people who just would not fit the same vibe of How I Met Your Mother. That could be me being very picky. And how could I expect a whole new set of actors to get a similar vibe as How I Met Your Mother? It's a tall order, but hey man, I get picky sometimes. However, both decisions only left me with a little disappointment, which is like a major W. I had very, and I repeat, very low expectations for this show, so that was good. Hilary Duff is not the worst person to fill out this role. That's like a backhanded compliment, but it's true. She wasn't the worst person to fill out this role. She's written very similar to a certain Ted Mosby, and I know, but spinoffs and reboots tend to go this way. But that brings up a good point. I just did a reboot of Wizards. Go watch that if you feel so inclined. However, the feeling of trying to be a How I Met Your Mother 2.0 is kind of hard in this. It's very hard to watch this and not think of How I Met Your Mother. And maybe that's what they were going for. I can't blame them if that was the case. Kim Cattrall being an experienced actor who narrates the whole thing. Bob Saget did the same thing in How I Met Your Mother. Valentina being obsessed with every guy in New York. That sounds eerily similar to a Barney Stinson. Sid and Hannah, two people who are in a established, engaged couple. That's definitely Marshall and Lily. But I guess the only real difference is that, at least from the part we're at on the show currently, she's away. They're kind of doing the long distance thing, like Lily and Marshall ended up doing anyway. But still, their counterparts are definitely Marshall and Lily. And we have Jesse and Ellen is kind of a different case though. This is a stretch, but Jesse kind of reminds me of Robin. Both got an embarrassing video on the internet and, let's be honest, faded to be with the main character of the show. Why do they do this to me? Why do they do this to us? But still, I love what's going on right now. It's not so bad. It's kind of like, would you rather get punched in the face or slapped in the face. I'll take a slap before a punch. So it's kind of like that. Still love the modern take on the theme song. It's something about that. Ba 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 ba. I'm not gonna sing the whole thing, or I guess hum, because I don't want to get copyrighted. But you guys get it. You understand. I love the modern take and the whole newer cleanup of the show. It's nice. You know, it's a little blast from the past. It kind of just makes me want to snuggle up and watch what crazy things these guys are doing in New York.
Hey guys, I'm in New York City just hanging out.
You know, I miss that feeling. I kind of get it with this. So, ups. This is a low-key rant. Low-key, I'm not going to go super hard on it because I don't want to sound super judgmental. But I am judgmental. Honestly, man, I don't like the kid who's supposed to be bartending at Sid's bar. He just kind of sits in the back and kind of waits until someone says something so he can add his little hip or his however old he's supposed to be perspective. You know what I mean? He's only in the show for the sake of being hip and relevant words. He just used relevant and hip words, and it's kind of dumb and played out in 2022, in my opinion. Why do we need characters like this? They add nothing to the show, and I don't really want to hear much from them. I'm just being blatant and kind of blunt. Again, bear with me. It comes out sometimes, okay? If I had to guess my favorite characters as of like 6 or 7 episodes in, I remind you, this could change at any time. So don't go back on this video and it's like the 9th season and be like, yo, he liked what? No, this is now as of February 2022, 6 or 7 episodes out currently. Don't judge me in the future. You hear me? Future viewers, okay? Don't judge me. Honestly, my favorite characters as of right now are Charlie and Ellen, mainly because they give out a similar feeling of Phoebe and Joey from Friends. Just sort of oddballs of the group, and I can kind of see Charlie's appeal going away over time because his whole thing is that he's British and hot and he knows absolutely nothing about New York, which multiple seasons of that could get very irritating and boring. So that could change. But in Ellen, being a gay woman from a produce farm and trying to rekindle a relationship with her brother while finding a life in the city, I like that. It's kind of like we get to witness her journey, and maybe over time she'll be more accustomed to New York. I feel like that kind of just has to happen, right? And another reason why I might like those two specifically is because there was no character like either one of them on How I Met Your Mother. And that's great. I like that. I like being different, add characters who aren't complete carbon copies of the original show. You take that chance on characters and you will always get a thumbs up from me. I appreciate it, and it shows your chops and the willingness of the director or producers of this show. So definitely up for sure. Lastly, I want to mention, and I hope they don't go through with this, but it seems like they're linking the day of Sid's engagement party or whatever it was to the day she met the kid's father. And bro, if we have to flash back to that day in like the 8th season, end me now, man. I can't do it. I physically cannot do it. But honestly, How I Met Your Father isn't the worst spinoff or reboot I've seen. I've seen way worse. I'm sure you've seen way worse. There's been way worse created. Contrary to some of the reviews I've seen online, I'm down to keep watching. I'm hooked, as the young people say. I want to see how this story plays out. I want to see where the characters end up. If you got this far into the video, it would seem you like this type of content. Like the video, comment, share the whole shebang. I will be dropping videos more consistently on this channel. That was my goal at the beginning of the year, but now it's the end of the video. So see you guys in the next one.